Dear Father, I stand today just want to say thank you, Lord, for everything that you've done for me. Somebody's going to need you, Lord. Somebody's going to need a friend. Well, I stopped by to let you know that I know somebody that'll stick closer than a mother, somebody that'll stick closer than even a father. Well, friend, I'm talking about Jesus Christ. Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I know Jesus will never let you down. No. Whenever you need Him, I know He'll always be around. I know Jesus will never let you down. No, whenever you need.
Guys, thank you so much, beautiful people, for joining us here today. I've been through it, hosted by Gail Davis. And you guys, like always, always have to thank my Heavenly Father. I have to thank God, because without Him, none of us would be breathing. And I just thank God for the show. I thank God for the platform. We thank God for RMC, Roscoe Media Center, Roscoe Chicken and Waffle. We thank God for Keno, Johnny Morris, the leaders of Roscoe, my tech guy, one of the other tech guys, LeBron, Kevin, Melissa. We want to thank everybody involved. We want to thank our sponsors also, Pitbull. And we just thank God for the platform. Thank God for the show. And you guys, like always, my guests are always VIP. So I have a VIP guest here today, all the way from Bakersfield. And he came. Ian, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for coming. And
thank you for having me.
He was going to school with my daughter, and he came all the way from Bakersfield. So I'm so honored that he came to grace our our stage, right? So we're going to let Ian introduce himself and talk about some of the things that he's doing. He's very young. He's so successful. He's an entrepreneur. And, and of course, I've been telling him he needs to get into the movie industry. And, because he looks like he should be in movies, right? But anyway, that's going to happen, too. And then he's going to come back. When he's doing movies, he's going to come back on the show, too, right? Okay, so Ian, introduce yourself and tell our viewers some things about you that you want them to know. And, like growing up. Growing up, family members, mom, dad, stuff like that.
Okay, so the basics.
Yeah.
So I'm 22 years old. Rewind back to when I was with my whole family.
Okay.
Came from a family of, six. So there's two brothers, two boys. I'm one of which, and then four sisters,
Okay.
and yeah. So it was a house full.
So 6 kids.
Yep, 6 kids. 50 chickens,
50
2 or 3
chickens?
goats.
Really?
Garden.
I mean, you
bunch
said,
of
you said
bunch of
50
fruit
chickens,
trees.
like for real.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So because you were saying it like a joke off.
Oh, I'm like a country boy.
50 chickens and some goats and some. So you grew up on the farm.
Almost.
Okay.
It's a small farm.
All right, that's awesome. So how is that like? Did you have to get up early in the morning and?
Yeah, we never really had TV. We had TV like once in my life for maybe a year or two. So we kind of followed the patterns of the sun. You'd go to bed at 9,
Really?
Wake up at 6 or 7. You'd do your chores. We were homeschooled.
Okay.
You do your whatever you got to do for school at that time, and then move on to, I don't know, whatever your imagination led you to.
Wow, so you was homeschooled. So did you guys have any horses?
No. Our neighbors did.
Did you get to ride them? I have to have
Large animals that you
Okay.
I know action with them. Cats,
Okay.
dogs, and neighbors that don't really much.
Really? Man, that sounds like that's because I love horses around ranches one day. So, Ian, it's of you guys, right?
6 kids.
And mom and dad is like,
Mom and dad.
Are they still here?
My parents are separated, so my mom's in Ohio.
Okay.
My dad's in Tehachapi now.
Okay. And that's where you met Jaylin, because you were going to school with my daughter for a while. And I just recently found out that you're doing something different now, other than school. So tell us about that, what you're doing.
Well, I'd been going to college for 3 years. And
a long time, yeah.
And it's not like it's that long of time, but I was fully invested in college in the hopes of finding something that would click, because I was going to college to get a good job and become successful.
Yeah.
My parents hadn't really been through much of college, so I was like, well, I'm gonna go do this college thing, and find my passion.
Okay.
I found one passion, which was public speaking and just speaking in general, because growing up I was extremely shy, and I hadn't really even broken out of it until probably 2021. That's when I started to get more comfortable with myself and just going out there and being friendly.
Wow, that's so deep.
But I went to Bakersfield College. It's a community college for 2 years. Did summer school and full credits all the time. And I actually did communication classes there.
Okay.
That's where I did it because, first of all, I didn't know what else I wanted to do. But second of all, I had a fear, and that fear was speaking. And that fear was being in front of people.
That's so funny, Ian, because, I actually used to be really fearful of speaking in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
You would never believe that me growing up that I would be doing anything like this. You would never believe that.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for me.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't even answer the phone.
Not now.
Yeah, I didn't know how to order. So I had my first, I think, Burger King at probably 17 years old. I didn't feel comfortable answering the phone. Whenever the phone would ring, back when we had home phones, all of us siblings would try to get each other to answer it. No, you answer it. No, I don't want to. No, you answer it. And it was just one of those things. I didn't know how to talk, and I had a lot of trouble even with making friendships because I didn't know what to say to people.
Wow,
but
that is so.
Yeah.
I would have never known that, especially from us meeting way back whenever we met. I don't know, a year or two ago with Jaylin and stuff. I would have never known that.
Yeah, it's because I had that fear that I saw an opportunity to take that fear of speaking and crush it. So I started taking communication class after communication class, and I did very well in it.
That's good.
And you kind of get like a little adrenaline rush when you're about to speak, and you put your position you put yourself into a position that you can affect the crowd. You can move their emotion based on what you're saying, how you're saying it.
Talk about that.
And I figured, man, I like to make people laugh. When you're up there, if you get people to laugh, man, that's a great feeling.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so now you really surprised me because Ian, we didn't talk before. Now you say you like making the crowd laugh.
Yeah, because I'm not normal, as in I don't really think about what people think of me, so I'll do things and say things and not worry about my reputation so much.
See that? Now that's really good though, in a way, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're not concerned about what people think, it makes it real easy to do public speaking or whatever, move the crowd or whatever, and you might just do something. And then people might see it like, oh, I like that, you know? And you thinking it's something weird, but it's really something good, right?
Yeah.
And it's different. People like different.
They do.
They like different. That's one thing I had to learn is people like, if you're different and unique, that's really a plus. That's a plus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so dang, and you okay, I'm learning some stuff that I didn't know because I never would have thought that you were shy or in any kind of way because when we met, I think the whole time we talked, Jaylin didn't get a word in too much. We just talked and hit it off, and we found out we were both Geminis in the house, right? We rock, right? Kevin was like, no, Cancer. Cancers is good, because Jaylin, she's a Cancer too, but Gemini's rock, Cancers, I'm going to say they rock too because Jaylin is a Cancer. All the signs, we good, but we kind of like the best ones, right?
Well, we've all got our strengths, but maybe our strengths are different than others.
But our strength is like the top, right? Look, Ian trying to be like, I'm trying to be a little humble here.
I'm trying to be,
a little humble here. And she just like, okay. No, but it just says so many good things about us, like we're smart, witty, intelligent, quick-witted. Always have the last word. And the one thing I love is that, we could sell like a car, we could sell a candy bar, we could sell anything to anybody. Like we're salespeople. So that's kind of almost like what you're doing, right? It's like,
almost
it's sales, but not sales.
There's, I found, especially through communication and my career, that everything is sales.
Okay, talk about that, Ian.
Because through what I've researched and just in personal development, the kid's trying to sell the parent.
Okay.
The parent's trying to sell the kid.
Okay.
From a very young age. Right. Your friends are trying to sell you. You're trying to sell your friends. Well, no, we should go do this. Oh, mommy, I want the candy bar. Or hey, can we go to the park? And
I've been good in school, Mom. I'm making good grades. Can you buy me this now? Because I've been doing a good job. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not so sure. It's sales is so much. Well, what I've been learning is how can I teach people to understand a set of principles about how money works.
Okay.
And so it's more teaching people so that it gets through to them, not trying to convince them, but to teach them so that they have an understanding.
And they can go teach others.
And then they can, not only go teach others, but then they can teach themselves, so this is how this works.
Okay.
Because you're not really taught this sort of thing in high school.
Okay.
Not really taught this sort of thing in college.
Right.
Nowhere else. I've never been taught, even by my parents, how money works.
Okay.
How it grows, how it can grow, and different things on taxing that you really need to understand if you're going to grow your portfolio and become financially successful.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Talk about that a little bit there, Ian, what you do.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, talk about before you get to that. Talk about your college experience. How did you like it, and why do you think it's a good idea for anyone just to experience it? Even if that's just for a minute or for 3 or 4 years, 5 years, whatever. Why is it good for people to experience college life?
So, I'll kind of rewind back to how I was at Bakersfield College, got my associate's degree in communication, great experience. If anybody has a fear of speaking, I'd absolutely 100% recommend go take some sort of communication class.
Yeah, introduction to public speaking, Yeah, because I actually did, but I still was never thinking that this was going to happen like this, right? But yeah, it is a good idea.
Because you're going to find that your fears are going to play one of two parts.
Right.
Either they're going to control you and what you do in your future and what you do day to day, or you're going to control them and put them in their place.
That's right.
It's one or the other. There's no gray in between.
Right. No gray, right? Either you're going to do it or you're not.
Yeah. So you're either going to speak or you're not. It's not like you're going to kind of speak. You're going to speak or you're not.
That's true.
And so that's one of the things you have to realize. You got to break that fear. And if you're going to, then go take some classes. But I finished BC and went on to CSUB and got a scholarship there, and it was great experience and opportunity.
What was your scholarship in?
It was just for kind of general overall grades and participation in the community.
Really?
Volunteering, taking different positions within organizations to help the community out. I've been involved in that sort of thing for a long time.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like hearing that. So you said the public speaking class and the communication class
Mm-hmm.
really helped you.
Oh yeah, I think I took probably 6 or 7
Yeah.
throughout 2 years.
And that's good. I like how you put that out there, because you said if you do have a fear, basically face your fear
Mm-hmm.
and go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone have a fear of heights.
That's me.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious, Ian? Okay, so what are you doing towards that to face that fear?
Rock climbing.
You rock climbing now?
Mm-hmm.
Like you go to the to different little, what you call those, like those places where you have rock climbing and stuff like that?
There's indoor gyms that you can go to, and I've done mostly that because living in the city, it's more accessible.
Okay.
I've done a little bit of outdoor bouldering, but
Okay.
yeah, I started rock climbing, year and a half ago or so, because I was like, okay, and that was right around when I was going to get my degree, so I'm like, okay, I got public speaking under control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid of heights. What can I do about that? So I started rock climbing, and maybe you go up 6 feet one time. Then the next time you go up 7 feet. You go up a little bit more, and you start to be comfortable with being uncomfortable and facing your fears, and you kind of have to feel like you got to be a little bit crazy.
You do.
Because you got to be crazy to face your fears and take control of them.
You got to be crazy and courageous. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And have courage. Because courage is, like I said on one show too, courage is not that you fear. You don't have the fear. You have the fear, but you're facing it.
Mm-hmm.
So courage is not the absence of fear, but it's like you're facing your fear regardless of the fear. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. Because now the rock climbing, I'm not sure about that one, right? Like, I can do this, but I don't know about the rock climbing because I'm kind of afraid of heights, too. So,
Just a little bit. You don't need to go completely smash it in a day. Take little chunks.
little chunks.
Yeah, little chunks at a time.
Okay, so when you're doing rock climbing, you always have something around your waist and just...
There's 2 different types. There's climbing with the rope, where you're getting belayed with a rope.
Yeah.
Somebody's, so... Basically, you're climbing, sure, you have the harness.
Right.
And it's not holding you up, but if you fall, then somebody will catch you. That's where you're going up higher.
Right.
Higher than what bouldering is. Bouldering is climbing without a rope or anything, just with the shoes. And you're doing shorter routes, but they're more difficult. And sure, it'll hurt if you fall, but you're only going to fall maybe 8, 10, 12 feet.
Okay, you play too much with that. He says you're only going to fall like 8, 10, or 12 feet. Okay, that is too funny. Look at me like, no, it's not happening. Okay, so bouldering is without the harness.
Mm-hmm. I like bouldering.
Okay, that is so awesome, though. Do you have someone take pictures of you when you rock?
Every now and then. I just...
You got to get pictures of that now.
I just kind of do stuff and...
Because that right there it's good, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that you're the type of person, you're courageous and you face your fear.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's for our audience, right? So tell our audience, talk to our audience a little bit about facing your fear. Like, if you having a fear, face it.
Well, I think we've all got these voices in our heads.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a voice of fear. You've got a voice of doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've got a voice coming from here.
Okay.
And the voice of fear, worry, doubt, they're going to try to be so loud that they'll drown out the sound of what you really want to do, what your heart wants to do, what you know you should do.
Right.
And it's really a matter of who to listen to.
Okay.
And who to drown out. I think whenever you do something from your heart, you can never go wrong.
Okay.
If you're only going from your head,
Uh-huh.
see, life isn't logical. Things don't work the way they're supposed to be.
Okay, talk about that.
They should technically they should come out that way, but they don't. But if you come through with your passion, if you find your passion,
Ooh.
you're not only working in yourself, but you're working in other people because you're creating a stronger energy
Right.
around you and your life, and the people that are around you are going to feel that. And whether you're in a good energy or a bad energy, you're affecting people no matter what.
Ooh, Ian, you say that now, Ian. You said that, okay? I like that. Because you said whether good or bad, if you doing your passion, and it's going to bring that flow of energy even stronger, right? Till it's going to affect other people around you.
Yeah.
So people have to be really conscious of what they're doing, whether they want to affect people in a good way or a negative way.
Yeah, because if you got a bad mood, it's not just you. I can guarantee you, anybody within a 10-foot, 15-foot radius, they're feeling your vibes.
That's it.
And you're bringing that down.
Yeah.
And I think that in life there's kind of three different places that you'll find people in their energy, and there's going to be the very strongly negative people. Okay. There's going to be the people that are kind of unsure and uncertain. They're going to be in the middle, and then there's the strongly positive people. These are polar opposites, and the strongly negative people and the strongly positive people will sway the people in the middle depending on who they're around. So the middle people, they don't have much control over their lives because they don't have a strong enough energy to really go after what they want.
Wow,
so
that's deep, Ian.
Their days and their lives, as long as they allow it to be, are actually controlled by the people around them.
Okay.
Oh, he did this to me. Oh, did you see what this happened? Oh, I can't believe they said that about me. Oh, this and that. And they're not taking full responsibility,
right,
but they're victimizing themselves.
Wow. Oh, that is so good, Ian.
Thank you.
That is really, really good. So you say the people in the middle don't really have a lot of control.
No, because they're lost.
It's the total opposite, the extremes, right?
Yeah.
Extremely this way or extremely that way.
Yeah, or it's like maybe that person in the middle, they're like, my gosh, that person just made my day. And the thing was that they couldn't make their day on their own, but that person had to make it for them.
That is so good, Ian, because you know what? It's so funny. Sometimes you could be so positive and such a good energy. You could walk in a room and affect the whole room and change it, and everybody in the room is smiling now. Or like they say, "Oh, you called me now. I feel so much better."
Yeah, it's not about what you say; it's how you say it. It's just like with babies and dogs.
Yeah,
they sense. They don't understand words and things like that, but they sense energy.
You talk about that. Okay, see, Ian is giving some lessons today, but that is true. They feel the energy.
Yeah, they can tell if you've got good intentions, if you have good stream of healthy energy,
right,
or if you're in a dark place, or if you've had bad intentions.
Right, because I've heard that when it's somebody that's really bad energy person, we just gonna call it that babies will cry. If they're around somebody and they don't really give off a good aura, babies will cry like the whole time. And then if it's somebody good, they're going to most likely be smiling, trying to wave at you, talk to you or something, So that is so, I love the way you put that, though.
Yeah, thank you. I think there's some people that have such bad energies, they make me want to cry, but,
You said they make you want to cry, huh?
But you're going to find that, so these two opposites, the positive and the negative, they detract from each other. They repel each other.
Right.
So the positive people are going to actually attract other positive people to them, as well as some people right in the middle, and the negative people will attract very negative people to them.
Yeah.
And it's just like Bob Proctor said, misery loves company.
And birds of a feather flock together.
Yep.
Yes.
And so when you understand that, then you can understand the role of energy.
Yeah.
And how it plays in your life. And a lot of people, I think a majority of people, are right here in the middle. They're swaying side to side, and they have no control over their life because they don't really know where to put their energy into.
Yeah, But it becomes really, really a blessing when you are able to stay on one side and know where you're supposed to be and claim it. You know what I'm saying? Claim it, live in it, walk in it. You know, because when you're feeling positive most of the time, all of the time, and yeah, sure, even the positive people are going to have some situations that may sway their mood at a time or two, you know, but they snap right back, you know what I'm saying, to the positive, right? And when you're that type of person, that's a good place to be. Yeah, that's a really, really good place to be. Oh, I like this. This is sounding real like I hope somebody out there is getting something, because I'm getting something today too.
And I don't think
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's not the circumstances that happen to you, but it's how you react to them.
How you react to them. But I'm saying, like I said, some people might have a circumstance that will put them in a sad place for a minute.
Yeah.
But they snap back quick because they're mostly on the positive side. You see what I'm saying? So even in bad circumstances, they learned how to deal with it a little bit better than other people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they can snap back quickly. Because there ain't nobody going to be like, okay, every single day of their life going to be positive and good. It's just going to be they snap back quicker because they're mostly on the positive side. And like you said, it's how you react to it. But I think your reaction becomes that way every time once you go through it enough. You get what I'm saying?
You create a healthy habit of reacting to it positively.
Yeah. Or you get so strong in your positivity that negativity can't come in the door too much. You know what I'm saying? You can get right at the door, maybe even get a little foot in the door, but you can kick it out.
Yeah.
Because there's so much positive energy in a room. Like how you were saying earlier that the positive and the negative, and the positive is going to repel off each other, right?
The positive will repel the negative.
Repel the negative.
It's just if I'm around somebody that's like negative and they're like, "Oh, did you see what's on the news today?" and this, I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Or somebody call you with some bad news.
I'm like, I didn't need to hear that.
Either you gonna turn that conversation around and start talking about something positive, or you just gonna be like, oh, you know what? I forgot I have some water on the stove. I'm gonna have to call you right back. Because you don't want to hear it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're positive space, you got to stay there. And when you fought really hard to get to that positive spot in your life, you got to, keep it. But any means necessary, right?
And I think
you got to keep it.
It comes back to the orientation in which you place yourself in these different situations.
Right.
Say, for example, a friend of yours passes away. Let's say a friend of yours passes away. Now, look at how this person will react to it.
Let's say a person passed away, because I don't want to be
okay, no, not yours. I was saying of a person.
A person passes away, and then a friend of somebody passes away.
Yeah. So that person can take it, oh, this is so terrible. Why did this happen to me? Why did this happen to me? Or they could say, my gosh, I'm going to go help their family. It's either they're taking it personally, or they're taking responsibility of the situation to go help that situation out.
Okay, say that one more time, Ian.
So if you take it personally, you're just adding to the negative energy of that. Oh man, you're making it a personal problem when you didn't die. Your friend did. When you could go help. I'm gonna go do what they would wish me to do most. And I'm going to go help their family. I'm going to go make sure that we can make things run smoothly for this. I'm not going to get set up in my own emotions because I want attention. A lot of times people just want a little bit of attention. Oh, my day's so bad. My friend passed away. And then they get sympathy. Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
Yes.
And it's a weird sort of thing. People like attention, and there's good attention and there's bad attention.
Yes.
And that's kind of utilizing a situation that you could be helping, but you're utilizing it for your own selfish purposes.
Right.
And this just an example of many different things that could happen. But
and a lot of times, like you said, people do want attention because sometimes people lack attention so much. They have so much lack of attention
Mm-hmm.
that they never had from parents, or they never had from, people close to them in their life. So they seek attention in
Mm-hmm.
whichever way, and they, like you said, utilize that situation to make it about them sometime.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When it's like, okay, that person wants you to do something different, wants you to be more positive.
Yeah.
Especially if that was a person that, like, would live really, like, to life to the fullest or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I know we had, we had a person that passed away, right? And basically, this person was so full of energy and so full of life. We could not be sad at the funeral because we already know this person was so full of life and wanted us to celebrate and laugh and have fun. And it was really a positive homegoing celebration. Yeah, it turned out to be a positive homegoing.
That's amazing.
So we're going to take a break. We're going to take a commercial break for a minute, you guys, and we're going to come right back with Ian. It's so interesting. I'm loving this conversation, Ian. It's really, really nice.
I like it too.
You
Thank
like
you.
it too? It's really nice. So nice.
Why are you looking so mean and mad at the world?
People just hating on me because I'm beautiful. I don't know why they're hating. Everyone can be beautiful if they just eat at Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles.
Thank you guys so much for joining us back here on I've Been Through It, hosted by Gail Davis. And we back here with Ian. You guys, it is so exciting, right? It is an exciting conversation.
This is.
Of course, me and Ian have talked before. He's a really, really dear friend of my daughter's, and they attended college together and stuff. And it's like, I'm learning some stuff today that I didn't know. So that's why I always say, being an older person, me being an older woman, Kevin, last show, Kevin, I don't know if you heard it, but last show I said, me being an older like Kevin, he's an older man. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, y'all, don't take that and run with it, right? Me being an older woman, Kevin being an older man, we can learn from the young people, right? It's young people are sometimes when we get older, we think, oh, they can't tell me nothing, they ain't experienced nothing, they don't. No, we can learn from younger people. So I always, I had two young ladies on my show last week, and they were just, really educating me also, So I feel like I could learn from the young people, from the young women, young men, or whatever, and Kevin, But y'all, anyway, I said that last week, so if y'all see that, don't run with it, okay? Okay, so Ian, Business, say whatever you want to say because I'm liking this conversation.
Yeah. I think kind of like how you said, older people can get this block, this mental block. Oh, I don't need to listen to them. They're youngins. Same thing with young people.
See?
Oh, what are they saying? They don't know what the world is like now.
Talk about it.
We
Talk about
don't
it.
change. We stay the same. We just have a different. That perspective changes a little bit.
You talk about that, Ian. I like that. Now, see, you reverse that, but I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how young people feel.
It's our
sometimes?
ego. It's our ego. We want to
they
be
older,
right.
They don't know what we going through, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody has an ego, and that's one of those other voices that you got to pay attention to, because your ego will try to take control of your life, and your ego's purely selfish. It's all me, me, me. What can I do for me?
Okay.
They don't matter. It's all about me.
Okay.
I'm not going to listen to them, right?
Yeah.
And you got to fight against it because it's a powerful voice.
Awesome.
I don't care what age you are.
Talk to some people out there, Ian, about that because I like that. So that goes both ways.
Mm-hmm. I think
so. Younger people actually are sitting there saying that about older people sometimes. Mm-hmm. They don't know what we go through right now.
Yeah.
They can't even understand me. They can't relate to me. None of that.
I think the ego is the enemy of love and abundance. And you can't experience life to the fullest extent if you're full of ego because it's all about me, but it's never all about you Because if you go out into the wilderness, like I like to go backpacking.
Wow.
I'll be the only one out there, miles and miles around, huge mountains, huge, forest, water everywhere. I could get killed in the blink of an eye and nobody would notice. The point is that I don't matter, I don't matter. Whatever I do, I'm not all that big. Mm-hmm. I'm tiny, teeny tiny in comparison to the world and, what God has created. But
Talk about
it's really about how you affect other people. What can you do for other people?
You go ahead on and talk about that, Ian. You talking about language right now. It's about how you're affecting other people for a better change, right?
Yeah, and happiness isn't about, what can I get for me? What can how much money can I make? What can I do? Where can I go? It's about who can I change? What can I do for other people? Giving back is I think the soul of happiness.
See, we Geminis, y'all. We Geminis. See, the Gemini is talking. Go ahead, Gemini. You talking. Because you talking like, we sounding the same. That's the Gemini thing. Very unselfish. Always trying to help someone to better themselves or to be happy or whatever we can do. You know what I'm saying? We always thinking about other people.
Yeah.
I think I've been like that almost my whole life, right? And it's like...
Well, you've raised a lot of kids and like now, yeah.
Yeah, I have. And it still is what can I say? It's rewarding though.
Mm-hmm.
When you look back to all of the people that you affected their lives in a positive way, and then they start to, show gratitude and, tell you how grateful they are, or it might be like 10 years or 5 years and you haven't saw this person, and next thing you know, this person is talking about you good, positive to other people, and you didn't even know, So that's a good thing. Yes.
Sorry, it froze.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Uh-oh.
Your camera is the only camera working.
Oh, my camera is the only one that's working?
I don't know why.
Oh.
Well, I've got my mouth open there.
Yeah.
I got my mouth
Look at me.
closed there. Hey. Hi. I'm going to come out there and see you before I leave. Okay, so, it's okay. You know how to do it.
Let me reboot it.
Okay. It's okay. And see, Kevin
Is the
knows.
voice still going?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to...
Yeah, so Ian, that is we are talking some really, really good information today. I'm just loving it, right? Even the thing you said about the people in the middle and them not really having control over their life, right? And I think I was in the middle at one time. At one time I think I was in the middle, but more so on the positive side now. But it's like when people break stuff down and make it make sense, it make more sense, huh?
Yeah.
It makes so much more sense. So you definitely have to stay positive at all times. People don't have to, but they want to live a better life. It's best to, right?
You've got complete control over your entire situation right now.
Yeah.
At least the way you feel about it.
Yes.
And it's just like when you think about adversity, you've got two options again. Say like, I got my window broken once.
Okay.
And I learned from a mentor of mine that whenever there's an adversity that happens to you, there is always a blessing in that adversity if and only if you look for it.
You talk about that, Ian.
And so I had two options. I could be like, gosh, dang it, my window's broken. I don't have any money. I got to, borrow some money to get this fixed and this and that. I was like, woohoo! Something great is going to happen. And so every time something bad happens, I get a flat tire. I'm like, woohoo! Like, come on, pop another. But not really. But I'm like,
yeah, like you took it a little far that one.
No, I know, but it's just like, I know that something good's about to happen because there's these little hurdles. I don't know who throws them, but I don't know if it's the devil or what, but there are these life tests that I think God places in front of you.
You talk about
and it's
it.
how are you going to deal with that?
How you going to react to it?
Yeah. Are you going to be like, oh, woe is me, this sucks, you know, this is so bad, I can't believe this happening to me? Or are you going to be like, all right, let's take care of this, let's go on to the next?
See
right
is
past
almost
it.
everything, huh? How you reacting to stuff. And it is. I like how you said that earlier, too, how you react to things. And basically, that's what I was meaning, too, when I said you snap back quickly or whatever. Because if you snapping back quickly, it's like you're not letting it keep you down.
No.
Because I remember there used to be days, like, you know, back in the days, where stuff could, you know, back then affected me for some days. But now it's just stuff is just different for me now. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm just in a better space in my life, in a way better space. And it's just so good to work through the process to get there. Everybody have to go through a process, you know. And sometimes none of us want to go through the process of getting there. Like how you say that you were shy to talk and didn't want to talk. And you went through the process of going through the communication class, public speaking classes. And basically now you're public speaking.
Yeah.
And that's part of your job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to be able to speak well. And I think going back on that scale of positivity versus negativity, if you are in the negative space in your life, to get to the positive side, you can't do it on your own.
Talk about that, Ian.
You have to, like, because, you know, we've all probably been depressed at one point in our life to a certain extent.
Talk about it.
It's
Ian.
just kind of part of life. It's not all flowers and daisies and ponies and, you know,
Talk about it.
as much as we want it to be. But if you are in that space in your life, what you need to do is you need to find somebody, some influence, whether it be a real, you know, person, in person, whether it be YouTube, whether it be books, and you need to listen to that, because whatever you feed yourself mentally,
Talk about it.
you know, you're going to grow physically through that. So you got to feed yourself that healthy, positive information that's going to transform you from this person to the person over here. But one of the most important things is you got to realize that there's some blockages that you got to break through.
Talk about it.
And I think two of the most important things that you can do to get through that is cry and laugh.
Oh, you so funny.
And when you cry, you really got to cry. Because whenever, think about this, whenever you're stressed, where do you feel it?
in your back, your body,
your
period.
neck. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just so stressed right now.
Yeah.
You're tensed
Yes.
up.
Yes.
And you just you're not loose, you're not free, you're tensed up.
Yes.
When you cry really hard, what do?
You release.
But
Let it out.
you're not just tears, but what does your body do when you really start to cry?
Then it's kind of relaxing more.
You're kind of relaxed, but you're shaking.
Yeah,
You're
it
shaking, and
relaxes more.
you're shaking those muscular holding patterns that's keeping that stress and keeping those emotional blockages, all that emotional weight that you're keeping inside.
See?
It's releasing it.
See, and when you say blockage, it's so funny because I always say that crying is cleansing. You know,
It absolutely
it's
is.
cleansing you out. You're getting cleaned out of the stress, the blockage that you were talking about. And it's not a good thing to have to cry, but if you have to cry, cry, because it's not a big,
Yeah.
it's not like a bad thing.
We're taught it's not like for men too.
Especially for men.
You're not supposed to cry.
Yeah.
So I grew up thinking I'm a man. You know, I'm not gonna cry.
Right.
I didn't like say for example when my parents divorced. I think they divorced when I was 13 or so. I don't think I cried till I was 16
Really.
because I was a man.
You
But it
taught not
built
to
up
cry.
inside me, and it started eating away. And it wasn't
Wow.
until I went through this leadership development course that they just had us all sit down and we just started talking about stuff in life and stuff that we think about and deal with. I just started crying, and I started crying uncontrollably. And it felt so good. And that was the first time I'd ever even cried about my own parents' divorce.
Wow.
3 years.
That's deep. That's really nice.
And it was just like, it was a new me after I let that go. After I let that go, it gave me space for a new me to come in, a new, stronger me to come in and take up that space that was being weighed down and weighing me and my life down at that point.
Wow. And
So-
that is so... I'm glad you put it out there like that, because like some people do go through situations, and like you said, you didn't cry for 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Not for 3 years.
So all that time you was just holding it in.
I was just holding it in.
Wow.
It's just like, I tried to be like, you know what, I don't care, you know? But
Yeah.
you can't lie to yourself for that long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because eventually it's going to come back. It's going to
Yeah.
come right up in your face.
Mhm.
You're going to have to deal with it.
That was me thinking with my head for 3 years. I wasn't thinking with my heart because I hadn't been taught to. Didn't know how. I was thinking with my head, it'll go away. It'll go away, right?
Right.
Like if I just, if I think it's not going to bother me for long enough, it'll just disappear.
Right, right.
But it doesn't.
It don't.
It doesn't.
Don't.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny though, Ian? The reason why I'm so quiet, just letting you talk, because almost a lot of stuff that you're saying is in my book, and you know, it's like a lot of stuff that you're saying, it don't go away.
Mm-hmm.
It just stays inside, and like you said, it was like eating away at you. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know for you if it was causing triggers to come, like you would act out, and then you wouldn't even know why.
Yeah,
And
you'll
it
be
was that
moody,
thing that you was
angry.
on- Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, different triggers would spark different emotions. You'd be like, oh, why did I do that? Because you're not getting it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like me when I had to go through things and get it out, go through the process. It was hard. It was tough. I cried. I was a crybaby because, see, you know, I'm a girl. I've never been taught not to cry. So I was just a big old crybaby.
I wish I could cry more. See, I haven't cried for so long that it takes a lot for me to cry. But when I do cry, I feel so good.
Wow. And maybe that's why I'm good today in my life, because I was a crybaby, okay?
That's good.
I mean, when I say crybaby, but most of the times I cried to God.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe a lot of people didn't know that I was at that time depressed, going through different things or whatever, because I didn't go to people, because I feel like people couldn't help me.
Yeah.
But the only one can help me is God. So I cried out to Him. I was just a cry baby. So today, if you see me crying, it's only probably tears of joy. Like I'll cry at a wedding or I'll cry on a good movie or something like that. But I don't really have like too many bad moments no more. You know.
Yeah.
My life is good, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's
Life
one of
is
those
real good.
things that you can use to take control back in your life. Because if something happens and you don't deal with it and you just store it inside, it just digs deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Gets heavier and heavier. So it's your decision whether to hold it in or to cry. And this you have complete control over it.
Yeah.
Make yourself cry somehow.
Yeah, just watch a sad movie. Do something.
Yeah, do something.
Get it out, right?
Yeah, talk to somebody about
It's so
it.
important to get it out, you know. And I've said that before. You have to let it out, because if you don't, it stays inside, and it, like you said, it builds up. But not only that, it causes different triggers to happen. You know, because like I talk about this from experience, you guys, because in the past I had some problems with some triggers, okay? Some things that I went through, but I made it through. But at the time, I didn't know I had to go and talk to someone, like how you said, talk to someone, and I say the same thing. That's why I'm like, dang, Ian sounding like me, you know, talking, right? But that's basically, it's true. You have to talk to someone that you trust, someone close to you. Or you may not want to talk to someone real close to you. Maybe you want to talk to somebody that's a complete stranger.
Yeah, or even
maybe that's
listen to something. Listen to how other people get through what you're getting through.
See, exactly like how we talking right now. And so maybe, hopefully, there's someone that's listening right now. And if you're going through something and you have something bottled up inside, find somebody to talk to about it, because you have to let it out.
Whether it be
You have to let it out.
yourself, God's, a friend, yeah, like you said, anybody.
God is a friend, and he don't even have a busy signal, right? He don't have a call waiting, none of that. So if you call on him, you're like, God, I need to talk to you about this, and he's there
Yeah.
on the spot in a moment's notice, right? He's just there everywhere for you to talk to. So that's a good thing. So I'm glad that you have that, and I'm glad that you went through this process that you say you had to go through, and I could tell you're still going, getting through some different stuff or whatever.
I don't think we'll ever stop.
We'll never stop. We never stop, right? We're going to always get to more and more process, right? We got to process more and process more and process more, and we got to keep doing it until until God say, okay, time's up, process is over.
I think,
let's go.
Yeah, it's not so much about like, sure, stuff will keep on happening, but what it's really about is not so much the light at the tunnel, but who you're becoming in that process.
Ooh.
Either it's breaking you down or it's building you up, step by step.
Y'all hear that? He said either it's breaking you down or it's building you up. And I choose to build up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you gotta be real with yourself.
Yes.
You got to look yourself in the eye and figure out how are you really dealing with these sort of things emotionally. How are you dealing with it mentally?
Yes, yes.
And you have to be willing to say that, yeah, I'm wrong, or maybe I need to change some things in order for you to start building up. Being truthful and coming out clean is one of the things you got to do if you're going to go on an upward trajectory.
Exactly. So, Ian, can you tell some of our viewers, do you have a website, or if someone wanted to, come to your, what is it called, Transamerica?
Yeah, so I'm with Transamerica and World Financial Group, and what we do is we help families and business owners understand how to build and protect their assets.
Okay.
Because, like I said, not many people know about the basics of how money works.
Okay.
They're not really taught it in college or high school. Economics doesn't cover this sort of thing.
Right,
so what I do is I teach people complimentary without any charge on how money works, and then I can help educate them to where they can make a better decision.
Okay.
If I put together a plan, they can decide if that's going to work for them or not.
Okay, so you put together plans for different families and individuals.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not just going to educate them and then say good luck. But I've got a network of hundreds of different companies I can use depending on what the client needs versus just what we have.
Okay.
So that's kind of the difference between a captive company and a company that's not captive.
Okay.
Captive company only has one company they can work with.
Okay.
So you can only use company ABC.
Okay.
What they got is what you got to offer.
Okay.
Versus me, well, what are your needs? What do you really care about?
Okay.
Do you want more protection over your money, or do you want more growth over your money? What are we looking at? What sizes of money are we looking at that you want to protect and grow?
You want more investments for your money?
Yeah.
Whatever it is they want with their money. That's what you guys offer.
And then I'm going to take a look at our network of companies, and we'll say, what can you guys do to get the best product for this particular client?
Okay.
Because one size doesn't fit all.
Okay, so
We're
you
all
guys are not
different.
limited.
No.
You guys are not limited. So the companies with the cap is limited of what they can offer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it, Ian. So is there a way that anybody can get in touch with you? Like
let me get
websites and stuff like that.
you could should I put my cell phone, because that's the best way?
Yeah, I would. I mean, because you're in business, you pass out cards all the time anyway, right?
Yeah, well, so my cell phone number, this is the best way to reach me. It's 661-238-5723. And you could text, you could call, and we can set something up from there. If you're wondering about, what I can do to start saving, or maybe you've been saving, what could you do to save more efficiently, or put your money in a place where you'll get better rates of return, or maybe some guarantees. The markets are very unstable. I think they're going to be very unstable here, and we're not sure what it's going to do.
Right.
If you have a lot of money in a variable account, or the market it directly affects the account balance, you could lose a lot of money very soon. So you might want to look into a place where you could protect it, but maybe get more guarantees and better rates of return than a bank would offer.
See, talk about that. And you guys, and Ian is very young. He's 22. But I'm going to tell you something right now about Ian. He is a studier. He studies right now he's talking what he knows. He's not just talking to be talking. I know him. He studied. He basically get the background of what he's doing. He's not just, you know how somebody just talking to be talking? But I know you're a studier because I know I didn't talk to you a couple of times and you were doing some research on your work, on what you do, right? So you didn't actually
always learning more.
So Ian he's definitely a learner. He loves it, and he's young, but he's very smart, very intelligent.
That.
And been to college, what, how many?
3 years.
3 years, but you was 2 years out of junior college?
2 years at junior college, 1 year at CSUB.
See, so
University.
He's been to college, you guys. If you guys need his services, you guys have to call him. He gave out the number. Do you have an email? Did you give out the
Yes,
number?
I have an email. It's MCCOOLIAN, the number 9 at gmail.com. Okay. And so maybe just a basic overview of some of the things we can do. We can do 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, life insurance, long-term care, college planning, helping people get out of debt. Maybe even if they don't have a will or a trust, we can help them with that. And then I think the most important part is really just the education part.
Awesome.
Because you can't go and use any of those services unless you understand how your money works and how it's going to work best for you.
Wow. Okay, you guys hear this. I mean, he's 22, but he's so smart. He's been teaching us some stuff today, and I'm loving this show. But our time is just about up. You know, so Ian, just one quick thing about how long, Kevin, we about 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Okay, we got about 5 minutes to end. So just a quick thing that you want to encourage somebody personally or business-wise to do in their life.
I think, my life was controlled by uncertainty and self-doubt, and some of those things sometimes turned to hate, and it was because I was in the middle here. I was in the middle here. I wasn't strongly positive, and sometimes I'd even sway over here.
Okay.
And you got to step out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
Because your comfort zone doesn't serve you to find your highest potential. It just serves you to survive. Do you want to survive or do you want to thrive? You know?
Okay.
And you're only going to thrive if you break past that barrier that protects you in your little comfort zone.
You talk about that, Ian.
And the more you break past your comfort zone in different areas of your life, the easier it's going to be. And I have an analogy on how this works. So say you start without breaking through any fears or getting out of your comfort zone at first. That comfort zone's really, really tall. It's like this tall, and you're trying to look over it. You'd have to run, jump, climb just to get over it.
Yeah.
Let's say fear of heights is that.
Right.
So you decide, I'm going to go break my fear of heights.
Right.
And you go do it. And you may not do it in a day. Maybe it takes a couple months or a couple years. You do that. Well, you just broke that wall in half. Now you just, instead of run, jump, climb, now you just run, jump.
Over it. Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? I can't swim. I'm terrified of water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go learn to swim.
Okay.
You're kind of getting used to, confronting that fear. It's not so scary anymore. And so you go learn to swim. You broke that wall in half again. Now you just got to walk, step over.
See?
And then you go, and it's an ongoing process. I don't know if you'll ever break down the fear barrier to zero. I think it, but I know that you'll minimize it. I know that I've minimized it. And you get into a habit of breaking those fears,
Yes.
of proving your fears wrong, and really what a fear's trying to tell you is, no, you're not good enough. No, you can't do this. You got to say, why not? Why can't I go do this?
Talk about it. Would you say proving your fears wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Ian. That is
Because
good.
either your fears are going to prove
You
themselves
wrong?
right, or you're going to prove them wrong.
Yes. Yes.
And you're gonna empower yourself, and you're gonna fill yourself with passion and an energy, and you're gonna build a new person that you've never been before if you haven't done this before, and make it a habit. And it's not just like a one-time deal. This is a lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
You know, like
Consistency.
yeah,
Like
consistency.
You always
What-
talk about that. Consistency is the key.
It's just like whenever I feel like I shouldn't do, like whenever I feel like, oh, I don't know if I should, like a little voice up here is telling me not to, like I gotta go do it.
You gotta go
because
do it.
my
Do
heart's
it
saying you
Yes.
gotta go do it.
Yes, yes, exactly. Because that fear, like you said, prove your fear wrong. Ooh, I like that. We're gonna stop with prove your fear wrong. Ian is dynamite, Ian. And so whenever that career like takes off, skyrockets and stuff, and you have what you said, 40 offices that you wanted. Because I remember you said
easily.
that. He said he wanted 40 offices. I remember that when we first talked. That's what you said, right? And so I bet you thought I forgot about that, but I didn't. And also, I was telling Ian that I think he should go be in the movies because I think he's like, you know, he got that movie star appeal or whatever. So, you know, if that happens, Ian, you still got to come back, okay?
All right, I'll be
Gotta
back.
Come back. And you guys, thank you so much, beautiful people, for watching. Thank everybody that makes this happen. Thank you to Roscoe Media Center, and we're going to be signing off today. And thank you so much for coming to watch every Monday at 4 o'clock. I've Been Through It, hosted by Gil Davis. Thank you.
Dear Father, I stand today just want to say thank you, Lord, for everything that you've done for me. Somebody's going to need you, Lord. Somebody's going to need a friend. Well, I stopped by to let you know that I know somebody that'll stick closer than a mother, somebody that'll stick closer than even a father. Well, friend, I'm talking about Jesus Christ. Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I know Jesus will never let you down. No. Whenever you need him, I know. You may need a friend sometimes. They're always